The gala had been planned for months, and nothing was allowed to fall out of line. Victoria Lang, the CEO whose reputation for perfection was practically legendary, stood at the center of the glittering hall like a queen surveying her kingdom. Tonight was meant to display her company's power, her success, and the elegance she believed defined her world. Guests arrived in tailored suits and shimmering gowns, each hoping to impress her, each careful with every word spoken in her presence. In the corner of the hall stood a grand piano, a glossy black centerpiece that Victoria insisted on, not because she intended anyone to play it, but because it symbolized refinement. She had often said, "A person who cannot appreciate music cannot appreciate life," a phrase she repeated so often that her employees had grown tired of pretending to agree. Yet tonight, as she surveyed the crowd, she decided to make a show out of it. With a slight tap on her glass, she called for silence. The murmurs died instantly. 50 years of excellence, she said, her voice smooth and confident. But excellence must also be cultural. Tell me, is there anyone here who can play Chopin? Any true artist among us? Her eyes swept over the room, lingering on executives who looked away nervously, desperate not to be chosen. Then a sound broke the tension. Not laughter, not applause, but a quiet voice from the back. "I can play." Heads turned toward the janitor, Samuel. His gray uniform was in stark contrast to the glittering guests. He clutched his cleaning cart as if it might shield him from the stares drilling into his back. Most of the guests didn't even know his name. He blended into hallways and late-night offices like part of the building itself. Victoria blinked in disbelief. "You," her tone carried both amusement and insult. "You can play Chopin." Samuel nodded, not boastfully, but with a calm honesty. The room erupted in chuckles. A few guests whispered comments, some out of disbelief, others out of ridicule. But Samuel didn't flinch. Something in his posture suggested he had endured far worse than laughter. Victoria smirked. "Very well, if you can truly play Chopin, not bang on the keys, but play, then I'll make you an offer." She paused, letting the suspense thicken. "I'll marry you." Gasps spread across the hall. It was meant as a joke, a ridiculous challenge designed to embarrass him. Everyone waited for Samuel to back down. Instead, he approached the piano and sat slowly, as though easing into a memory. The moment his fingers touched the keys, the room changed. The first notes drifted softly, delicate as falling snow. Then came the emotion, rich, aching, alive. The melody of Chopin filled the hall with a depth none of the elite guests had expected. Conversations stopped. Breaths stilled. Victoria's confident expression crumbled into something unguarded, almost vulnerable. By the time Samuel played the final note, the hall was silent, not out of shock, but out of reverence. And for the first time that evening, it wasn't the CEO who held the room. It was the janitor who had just revealed a world none of them ever imagined he carried inside.